Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So today I'm going to be looking at this post by Kairu2 over on the Dokkan subreddit. This is a very well done post, like a nice graphic, with a lot of numbers and stuff. This is the top 10 hardest hitting LRs with supports factored, right? Now, I think it's a very well done list. But I am going to do a video on this specifically because I did, I was looking through the comments and I was brought up an awful lot in here. In relation to LR, Kale, and Caulifla's placement on this list, and I feel like I just have to explain myself yet again. The Dokkan subreddit is enamored with hardest hitting. It's always like this. It's always been like this. Me, I don't care about that, right? So, like, if we look at the top 10, we have Broly here at number 9. I think Broly's the worst LR in the game. Well, summonable LR, right? He's better than a lot of free-to-play LRs still, even so. But he's the worst summonable LR in the game for me because I don't care that he hits insanely hard, which he does, but defensively, he is a liability. So, for me, best units is not how hard they hit. It's how well they are offensively, defensively, their utility, links, all that stuff. Like, I don't just care about damage. I never have, and especially in this day and age, like only damage APT, that's not going to get you through the Legendary Goku event. Like, that's not how you beat Super Battle Road and stuff like that. Like, defense matters. So, I just wanted to sort of, look at this. I don't disagree where Kale and Caulifla are on this list, which we're going to get to. So, let's just jump in. So, again, big shout-outs to Kairu2 for this list. So, let's jump in. All right. So, we got LR Trunks at 10. With a 6.2 APT. He's on Future, that makes sense. Trunks has gotten, he has just aged so incredibly. The teams, Future, and then the Vegeta family team, he works incredibly well on them. Then this Rage Trunks got his EZA, drastically raising the attack and power of this Trunks, because that Rage Trunks, you sit him on a rotation, he works well defensively, Trunks is good defensively after he super attacks, and they're just a nasty rotation, and they work. Legendary Goku event, they perform very good. Super Battle Road, they perform very good. This is something that carries over to the difficult modes, so I really, really like physical LR Trunks, and I love the EZA Rage Trunks. So, yeah, this makes a lot of sense to me. A 50% chance to crit on every hit is busted, right? That's why this Trunks is able to hit so hard. Then at 9, we do have LR STR Broly. Again, I mentioned I do think he is the worst summonable LR. 6.4 APT. And we have him on a Turles and then Dragon Ball Super Broly movie boss team. So Turles is at 150%. And then we have the Dragon Ball Super Broly here at 170%. I see. So you put the Broly with LR STR Broly as a rotation, and then you have Turles with the Tech Super Saiyan Broly, because he does struggle for ki, so, having Turles with him, that's a good way for him to sort of get past his ki issues, right? So that does make a lot of sense to me. I don't want to call STR LR Broly trash, because, he is still the World Tournament King. In the last World Tournament, I was able to get to, rank 30, and at the very end, I did switch to using a double STR LR Broly team. It did seem like it moved a bit faster to me, so, LR Broly is always going to have viability in the World Tournament, but just compared to a lot of the other recent summonable LRs, I just don't think he holds up in anything other than damage, right? Next, we have LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So his APT is up to 6.8, and he is on a pure Saiyan team. Now, I was reading through the comments, and I guess I see what he's saying here. The reason is because if we pull up LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and then you take a look at Saiyan Pride right here, a lot of the big-time units that have Saiyan Pride are shattering the limit units, right? You're shattering the limit. You're shattering the limit. You can't use AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta next to him. Like, you go down, a lot of these units that have Saiyan Pride are shattering limit, ones that you would probably put on rotation with Vegeta, right? So, I guess that's why we're doing the pure Saiyan team. Plus, on a pure Saiyan team, you can link him up with LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku instead of SCR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And I like the LR a lot better because he's way better defensively than SCR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But, you combine Vegeta getting his active skill every fight, which, outside of something like Dokkan Battlefield, Vegeta is going to be getting that active skill like every single fight that you're using him. So that's going to be good. Average support, only 13%, huh? Yeah, I guess because there's only the one rotation where they'll have Broly and Paragus. Okay. So there's LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Very, very good unit, right? Next, we have LR, Goku, Trunks, and Pan. Now, they're only able to be used on their own team, basically, which is the Seekers of the Dragon Ball team. That is where they are, linked up with Giru. Yep, that does make sense. Giru is a very good, like linking buddy for LR, Goku, Trunks, and Pan. Not much for me to say about them. They're just very good. Offensively and defensively on their own team, they're very powerful. They were even able to take down the Legendary Goku event with how strong their team is, so I like this unit a lot. That's pretty good. All right, so next we have AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku here. He's at 7.7 million. He's on the Goku lineage team, which does make sense. So you got the one linked up with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and then Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. That makes sense. Let's see. The floaters are Blue Gogeta, Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So no support on this team. So like what we're doing here is it's like the optimal teams, and then looking at what units hit the hardest based upon all these optimal teams. But at the same time, that's also why I don't really like this list. Once we get to the end, I'll go over it. It doesn't evolve LR, Kale, and Caulifla, by the way, too. And then, of course, same thing with LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like Vegeta, you are going to get that active skill pretty much every, significant fight you go in. So you're going to get that little bit of extra damage as well. All right, and then that is the, first 5. So now we'll move on to the second list. All right, so at the top here, we have LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who, this is another unit who I've become, I'm just down on him. I don't know. He works really well, just defensively. I've been doing the AGL Broly Easy a lot, and I don't even have LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku Super Attack most of the time. I'm just using him as a defensive option because, before you get that 18 key Super Attack off with LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he is a very, very good defensive unit. But, then once you perform that Ultra Super Attack, he does tend to get hit very hard. Even in something like the Legendary Goku event, I found, again, let's not count the int phase, right? Where, of course, he's going to smack Goku up. But, the SCR UI Goku phase, before LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku gets an 18 key super attack, he's able to hold up pretty well defensively. But once he gets that 18 key super attack, he's taking, 50, 60k on normal attacks from SCR UI Goku. But, with, in Super Saiyan 3 Gohan getting his Dokkan Awakening, you have a really, really good partner with this Goku. Is that who he's linked up with here? Yeah, it is. Yep, there we go. Okay. So on the Super Saiyan 3 team, and then there we have that Super Saiyan 3 Gohan, and then the other one we have Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Average support only 26%, right? Okay, yeah, that does make sense. Because, yeah, buff Goku, yep. Great Ape Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Only thing about the Super Saiyan 3 Bardocks, remember, you got to get below 70% for their support type passive to kick in. But once it does, whoo, boy, does Goku hit very, very hard. All right, so next we have LR, Gohan, and Goten. Maybe, well, I was going to say maybe a bit lower than people would think, but not really. If you think of the only LRs that are left, I guess this does make sense for them. And it's LR, Gohan, and Goten, I mean, it's tough, between them and Kale and Caulifla, who has the highest potential. Because, if you use Kale and Caulifla at their max, no unit can compare to that. Even damage-wise, they're going to be doing probably more than Gohan and Goten. But it is hard to say for sure, because, Gohan and Goten, they could get, a 9.8 million attack stat, and then follow that up with two 12 key supers at 5 or 6 million. They could do just an insane amount of damage, right? So maybe at their max versus Kale and Caulifla's max, maybe they could do a bit more damage. But they're just overall a really good unit. The only issue with Gohan and Goten is, like LR Tech Broly, they struggle for ki big time. So you've got to build the team around them. But they are worth it. They do so much damage, and they're good defensively as well, that they are worth just completely constructing the team around them, and they are able to get the job done. So we got them linked up with EZA Goten and God Goku. And then we have this Super Saiyan Gohan as a floater. Interesting. Okay. I saw this before, that this Gohan was a floater. I can't remember what the reason listed was as to why Gohan being around rotation does not make him... I guess it's because Super Saiyan 4 Goku and LR Gohan, if you had this Gohan on a rotation, rotations where Super Saiyan 4 Goku and LR Gohan would be there, they would not get the buff from Super Saiyan Gohan, right? But because Gohan is floating, his buff is always going to hit. Like, these 4 units on rotation are always going to get the buff from Gohan. Okay, so it's an interesting team build here. You're, 0% active skill turn up time. Outside of difficult events, you're not going to see their active skill perform too often. But, like, being 3 turns in is not the worst restriction. Being under 59% HP is not the worst restriction. Even, like, against 1 unit is not the worst restriction. I guess it's just all of it combined. But, like, with this team, in a Dokkan event, like, you're not going to fall below 59% HP. Like, Gohan and Goten, they're too strong. Like, you'd have to be fighting an int type event to take any sort of damage at all. But overall, they are ridiculously powerful. Average support, 13%. Okay. So their APT's at 8.4, a big jump from LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So then we get to LR Kale and Caulifla, right? 9.5 APT. Again, like that, this seems like a reasonable spot for Kale and Caulifla. Like, I feel like people think I'm going to be like, oh, no, it's stupid. The list is stupid just because of this. No, this is an APT list. Like, I understand. Like, yeah, Kale and Caulifla, they're not, like, they don't, okay, so, like, Broly is at number 2, right? So Broly can walk out and smack you with a 10 million attack stat, right? Like, Kale and Caulifla, they're not able to get to a 10 million attack stat. I think the highest I've seen them is like 6 million exactly, or like high 5 million, something like that. I'd have to double check, but it was somewhere around there, right? What makes them so strong is their relentless super attacks, right? Because, a lot of the times they're going to do 2, 3, 4 super attacks over and over. Now, the reason I'm so high in Kale and Caulifla, I got to point this out again. It's not based on all their damage, right? Kale and Caulifla is like the best defensive unit in the game. They stack their defense with every super attack, but their mechanics are built in a way where they're going to be doing multiple super attacks. Then, the other thing that they do is every single time they attack, they get plus 6% to dodge. Now, no matter what, minimum, they will attack twice. They do a super attack and then a normal. So every turn, at bare minimum, they're going to build up a 12% chance to dodge. So, you're talking 2 or 3 turns into the fight, and they already can't take damage because their defense is too high. But then they're dodging. They have a 66% chance to dodge. Like, that's why they're the best unit in the game, because they can't be touched. You basically, it's turn 1. On turn 1, they can be hit hard, but after that, they can't be touched in like any event. So, like, that's the reason I have Kale and Caulifla as like the best thing since sliced bread, all right? It's not because of how much damage they do, it's because they do an insane amount of damage to the point where they're freaking 3rd on this list, but then they're the greatest defensive unit ever created in history ever. At least that's what I think. So then next we have LR Tech Broly, right? Now, I mean, this makes sense, right? Like, let's see. Okay, so yeah, his APT's up to 13 million. So a big jump over Kale and Caulifla. I mean, here's the thing. Broly, on like pretty much every single fight, 4 turns in, you're going to get his active skill. You're going to get that insanely strong attack, right? One of the main reasons LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta are good, in that pretty much every fight you'll see their active skill, it's the same thing with Broly. Pretty much every turn you'll see his active skill. But the thing with Broly is, again, like Gohan and Goten, you do have to build the team around him, because he does struggle with Ki. Ki is an issue for him. So that's why they've got him on this Turles / Broly like team, this build, so that you can have both Dragon Ball Super Broly with the 170% right there, and you're able to have Tech LR Broly on the team, right? And then at that point, you got this Broly with Turles, and then you got LR STR Broly with Dragon Ball Super Broly. Like, I definitely get it. And then, you have Metal Cooler, Paragus and Broly, and Golden Frieza, all support type units. So this whole team is just flooded with support to make sure that this Broly and then LR SCR Broly are hitting as hard as they possibly can, which is going to be very hard. I mean, it does make sense. But here's the thing, right? My issue with this list, and why I think this APT is stupid in this way, is Paragus and Broly are not on the Movie Boss team. So this unit is here with no attack buff. Now, people are going to say, oh, well, it doesn't matter, because by the time that, Broly attack, right, they're going to have finished the turn off, so that, Paragus and Broly don't even get a chance to get hit. In my experience, I found that not to be true. The floater tends to get hit an awful lot nowadays because all these new bosses, they attack like 6 times per turn. So, you know, it's cool to say, yeah, you'll finish them off in the first 2 attacks and the floater won't get hit. But in practice, that's not usually what happens. So I just think it's dumb. I mean, here's the thing, too. Like, I do think that's dumb. But even if you took Paragus and Broly off, right? Like, it's not like that's going to impact this list in any way. Like, if you rearrange this, get rid of them, and then, spoiler alert for number 1, LR, Goku, and Frieza, get rid of God, Toppo, and Kid Buu, who are not on that team, I don't think that really changes this list. I mean, I guess it would knock LR, Goku, and Frieza probably below Tech Broly, right? So, the rearranged list at that point would be Tech Broly as 1, Goku and Frieza as 2, and Kale and Caulifla as 3. But I just think it's dumb to have units that aren't on the leader skill on the teams, right? And then we got Goku and Frieza at number 1. I mean, they're still a ridiculously hard-hitting unit for sure. Like, I think this unit has aged very well. They're still insanely good. And after they super attack, they are good defensively as well. I mean, that's the thing with both Tech Broly and LR Goku and Frieza. They're not, like, defensive zeros. It's just both of these units have to attack first in order to get their defensive buff. Like, I've found that when this Broly attacks, he is a pretty good defensive unit. And then the same thing with Goku and Frieza. After they attack, they're a pretty good defensive unit. So I really like both of these units. I found... I don't think I like Tech Broly as much as other people do. Just because, again, you have to completely build the team around him. But it's not set up to, like, do it as... How do I say this? I guess as comfortably as with Gohan and Goten, right? It's very, very easy for them. Plus, every single time they do an attack, they're giving themselves extra ki. So as the fight goes on, it's easier for them to super attack. Kale and Caulifla have that same ability. But, like, as Broly goes through the fight, it doesn't get easier for Broly to super attack as the fight goes on, outside of his one turn where he's dropping, you know, his guaranteed max ki super attack on him. But outside of that, ki becomes an issue for Tech Broly. So, I mean, he is very good, but, like, I definitely think Kale and Caulifla is a better unit than Broly. I definitely have Gohan and Goten above Broly. I probably would say I like the LR Super Saiyan 4s above Broly as well. So I think my top 5 list, not based on damage, but I'd probably have Kale and Caulifla 1, Gohan and Goten 2. I got LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and then probably Tech Broly at 5. Either Broly or Goku and Frieza I have at the 5th spot. I guess I'd have to think about it more, but I do like both of these units. But again, this is the dumbest thing. God Toppo and Kid Buu, I mean, they just... To say they get cream pied, I feel like doesn't even do it justice. Like, they just get incinerated beyond belief. And then this team is so squishy because MVP 17, he'll do fine. Especially once you fall below 77% health, he'll get that damage reduction. He works great. But Tien, dude, Tien gets hit very, very hard. I know, because I rainbowed Tien, I gave him 15 dodge, and I have, like, run, like, this team, just not with, you know, God Toppo and Kid Buu. I don't run them on that, because, you know, again, they will get pimp smacked if they get touched, and it's probably gonna happen. Like, they're gonna get hit going through events. Like, I mean, let's see, what event, so, like, Super Saiyan Goku, right? The new Super Saiyan Goku. With either of these teams, I don't think you're going to finish him off before he would get a hit on your floater. And then, like, if he super attacked, you'd instantly die, right? Piccolo, I feel like both of these teams actually probably would destroy Piccolo before he could attack the last slot, because that Piccolo boss is actually quite weak. But then, like, thinking about it, like, Trunks and Merge Zamasu, like, they attack a lot of times. I feel like they could potentially survive and then, you know, kill your floater. So, I don't really like these sort of team builds that take units that don't fit on the team. But at the same time, I do want to point out that doesn't change the list that much, right? Like this is still, I think Goku and Frieza would be 2, Broly would be 1, and Kale and Caulifla would be 3 in that instance. But, you know, you guys let me know what you think of the list. Oh, interesting that Toppo is here instead of God Toppo, huh? Is that what that's supposed to be? I mean, that wouldn't make a ton of sense, because the reason, like, SSR Toppo is better for support is because he has the Hero of Justice link for, like, Jiren. So I imagine this is supposed to be God Toppo right there, and then this is also God Toppo. I'm pretty sure, but let me know what you guys think of the list. Again, like, it is accurate. I'm not saying that. I just don't like the units that don't have leader skill to be on a team, it just doesn't work that great, I think. But again, let me know what y'all think. Shout outs again to Kairu2 for making this. Like, again, I really do like looking at like these graphics and stuff like that. I think it makes for good videos. Definitely go check him out over on the sub. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.